The United States says it is locked and loaded, but for the third consecutive night, it has chosen not to strike Iran. Instead, Washington is giving diplomacy another chance. The pause has raised a bigger question. Is President Donald Trump beginning to realize that this is a war with no easy exit? Is he feeling trapped in the war that America started? For months, the White House projected confidence, insisting that military pressure would force Iran to back down. But after weeks of relentless strikes and retaliation, the battlefield has reached a temporary standstill. Speaking to Fox News on Sunday, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Mike Waltz, said President Trump was deliberately allowing diplomacy to take center stage.
As the president said, we are locked and loaded. Even more assets are going into theater, but he's giving talk some space. He's giving it a little bit of room. We've had both Oman and Iran and a number of our other negotiators engaged at every level, from the most senior levels all the way down to the technical level over the past few weeks, and particularly in the past few days.
Even so, Washington insists it remains prepared to act. Waltz dismissed reports that the administration was worried about running low on air defense munitions. The military campaign had been relentless. For 13 consecutive nights, U.S. forces struck Iranian targets, saying the objective was to reduce Tehran's ability to threaten shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has not publicly addressed the latest pause, but he posted an AI-generated image on Truth Social depicting U.S. aircraft bombing Iranian ships in the Karg Island, signaling that military pressure remains an option.
The realistic scenario is that they both understand that this cannot continue like this forever. The United States can't afford to continue to exhaust supplies of its munitions. It can't afford the economic hit of all of this. And of course, as you said in your report, the American midterms are only 100 days away.
According to reports, the decision to halt the bombing followed advice from senior military officials. They believed the campaign had achieved most of its objectives and that further strikes would yield limited gains. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has updated its casualty figures. More than 140 additional wounded service members have been added to its official database. The revised figures show that Operation Epic Fury has now left 14 U.S. service members dead and more than 400 wounded. The updated numbers come after the Pentagon revised down casualty figures that had been reported only days earlier. In response, Tehran has responded by announcing that it had suspended its retaliatory attacks. Iran claims the United States is now stuck and struggling in a war it cannot win. Foreign Ministry spokesperson said Tehran remains firmly in control of the Strait of Hormuz and is not seeking direct talks with Washington.
We have never allowed and we will never allow the United States to determine when there is war or peace. We will defend ourselves whenever our interests require it, whenever our circumstances require it. Whenever we believe we can use diplomacy as a tool to safeguard our national interests, we will certainly use it as such.
And at the same time, Iran faces growing pressure along its southern coastline, where the U.S. Navy continues to maintain a blockade around the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has also said that the United States is not participating in its discussions with Oman over the administration of the strategic waterway. For now, the fighting has paused, but the war is far from over. The silence on the battlefield may have created space for diplomacy. Whether it leads to peace or simply another round of fighting remains the question hanging over West Asia.